Hello everyone. So today we are just going to learn about the embedding. I have a definition and I have a example. Both the things I have. But firstly we will know what exactly the definition of the embedding. As per the definition, embedding is the numerical vector representation of text or images or data that capture its meaning in semantic or so that similar item value has similar numerical representation. What exactly meaning of this? In simple word, whenever we store any or whenever we write anything, so embedding means it's convert into the 0 1 format of either it is text or it is image or it is data or bit. So embedding means numerical representation of your data. Let's come with some points. First is here we are using the import OS. So OS is the access environmental variable, right? Azure OpenAI connect to Azure OpenAI. That is the Azure OpenAI. .NET .env is the value which we store as the configuration value, or we can say it's a dot environment variables where we write the Azure Open Endpoint, Azure Open API key, and embedding name, right? All these things we do share. So these are the things where all the things are libraries are first part from line number 1 to 5 we have our libraries, right? Rest line number 6 we have a local environment variables, right? So how we are loading it? That is the load dot env file override to by which we load the API key endpoint deployment name from the environment variable. Now line number 7 to 10 client Azure OpenAI key os dot get environment Azure OpenAI key API version and Azure endpoint. These are the place where we are just configuring. So these used to connect with the Python app to Azure OpenAI service. This is the simple 3 line code by which we can connect to OpenAI with your Python code. Right now, once we connect with the Python code to OpenAI, we need to get some embedding deployment. Right. So this is the embedding underscore deployment that en get env deployment name and all these things, right? So these are the way deployment name we use. Azure use deployment in instead of the model name. For example, text embedding ADA 002 deploy as the my embedding model, right? So these are the things. Now generate embedding by which we can convert your text into the embedding format. Right? After generating embedding, we are using the extract embedding. That is the response value, right? Which is line number 22, right? Okay. And then print value, which is our last few lines, last 24 and 25. So let me run it, and after that we can check what is the embedding value. So this is the basic embedding. Which input we are embedding? We are embedding artificial intelligence is transforming the word. Now let me change one word, right? Let me change only one letter and save it and check it what exactly embedded value is. Yes, you can see only I change only one letter, and after that, complete embedded value of that sentence has been changed, right? So how exactly it's converting the values, right? And what the way it's storing. So overall, embedding means if you have any subject, any text, so it convert into the numerical representation form, right? As well as whenever means in future we will see how it we search from text. Whenever we write a query, then how it's get exact value from there and give us as output. But for right now, embedding, to understand embedding is something is by which we can convert in numerical format to text. So this is the text and it is the representation, numerical representation. Right. So, thank you.